Tyson Fury, aka the Gypsy King. Just want to wish David Price.
The Gypsy King still holds out hope for a confrontation with David Price and David Haye, which should have happened probably 10 years ago. Despite holding the WBC championship belt, the British boxer now is ambitious to face fellow legends. Will these fights happen soon? Will it be a sold-out match in the UK? Let's have a look in the video, but before you jump in, remember, like, subscribe, and tap that bell icon just like that. That way you don't miss out on any updates from Boxing Insane. Tyson Fury calls on David Price and David Haye for stadium fights. The British boxer has called out for two British fighters to come out of retirement and face him after the fights never materialized when they were in their prime. The Gypsy King has been holding back on bouts that never were and has claimed he would still face both David Haye and David Price, despite the pair having hung up the gloves. For David Price, it was the early 2010s that he was rumored to be facing Tyson Fury. Price, then British and Commonwealth heavyweight champ, had previously beaten Fury in the amateurs. Nothing materialized despite negotiations progressing. In his heyday, he was an Olympic medalist. He won a lot more than he lost, became a British heavyweight champion. Despite a lack of a genuinely effective jab, he managed to blow away all before him up until the British level. He has a long arm and good reach, but the long arm sometimes can't generate enough force so close to the opponent. But for this boxer, he took it to his advantage to deliver dangerous stabs. However, to be fair, he always had issues. It was just that these got exposed once he stepped up in class. His stamina and punch resistance let him down, resulting in 2 stoppage defeats. That really affected his confidence. I think that's the reason why he would fight in a much more tentative manner and never really improved where he needed to. Instead of using that reach and being patient with the jab and controlling the distance, he always wanted to fight because he always wanted to win so badly, and it actually hurt him. As for David Haye, the 2013 fight was signed and sealed and a press conference delivered. It would have been either a swan song for the older Haye or a passing of the torch to the younger Fury. But it never happened though, as the smaller man received an injury in sparring and pulled out. Haye was a unified champion at cruiserweight and later moved up to heavyweight, and he captured the WBA crown from the largest champion in the history of the weight class, 7-foot-tall Nikolai Valuev. In the heavyweight division, they have 2 mutual opponents. Haye knocked out Derek Chisora in 5 rounds in 2012. Fury won over Chisora 3 times. But what we must not forget is that before his ascent into the heavyweight division, Haye forged a highly respectable record as a cruiserweight. The highlights there were a knockout of France's Jean-Marc Mormec and a 2-round demolition of Enzo Maccarinelli in an all-British unification bout. What was Tyson Fury like at the time? As of 2013, the undefeated Fury had 21 victories in his boxing career as a pro. He was highly regarded for his superior strength and size. He was a young boxer, but he had overwhelmed most of his opponents that he'd beaten. At the time, Fury won many big titles for himself, most notably the vacant WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight title against Vinny Matalone and the vacant Irish Heavyweight title before Martin Rogan. However, with only 5 years of professional fighting, Fury still had certain weaknesses, and it showed right when Fury would punch himself in the face with an uppercut. And now Fury has changed in positive ways. The British boxer confidently called on his fellow boxers to face him. After the fighting style has not changed too much, the British boxer's boxing skills have changed a lot. Currently, the Gypsy King is one of the top in the heavyweight division. He holds the WBC World Championship belt and has maintained an undefeated record since his early career in professional boxing. However, it doesn't mean he despises his fellow boxers. Tyson is desperate for a confrontation between two fellow fighters and believes their fights would be a sold-out match. In a recent interview, the Gypsy King revealed that he mused on whether the fights would sell out in the current day. He wonders if it would still sell out a stadium if he and big old David Price had a fight. Even though Price is retired, Fury thinks they could sell it out for the WBC World Heavyweight title, or even if the WBC wouldn't sanction it, they could do it for the Northwest title of Great Britain. Fury also added the rivalry was that big for so long and Price was the only British person to ever beat him, amateur or pro. And the Gypsy King also thinks a fight with toe-breaker David Haye would sell a stadium out as well. Finally, Fury called out either Price or Haye to get training and come out of a retirement for one last dance. Fury went on to put the names alongside Anthony Joshua as his biggest domestic rival, and of course fans will hope the Joshua fight actually happens and doesn't fall into the same category as Haye and Price. Despite delving into the archives, Fury has a very real fight in front of him targeted for early 2023. He's all but signed the contract to face heavyweight division's other belt holder, Alexander Usyk, to crown an undisputed champion. Do you think these giants will make a big comeback explosive match? And who'd be the winner? Leave your comments below and let us know. And don't forget, like, subscribe, tap that bell icon. You don't want to miss any videos from Boxing Insane. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.